Hello, lovely people of the world.
Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
안녕하세요, 여러분.
Ahlan wa sahlan.
This is Justin and Sarah, and in today's video, we'll talk about week 38 pregnancy update.
Yep, because a lot has happened for week 38, you guys. They're probably like, is your baby here? Tune in to find out.
Stay tuned to the end of the video because we're gonna give shout out to those viewers who sent us gifts and postcards.
Yee-hoo! So excited. Okay, before we begin the pregnancy update, a lot of you guys were wondering how Justin feels about the whole pregnancy, what his take is on it, what his reactions are. So I figured we'd do a mini interview portion. Honey, it's okay.
Just bring this on.
Just speak from the heart. You got this. Like, speak from the heart. I think one of the viewers asked how you feel about the whole pregnancy.
I am super excited to be a dad.
Yee-hoo! What kind of, like, what was your experience like? What have you learned, I guess, that you have to take care of me?
I think more than anything that I learned about myself that I can be a very devoted husband.
Yes, he can.
Taking time off from work when I can to accompany my wife to her appointments. I found out that I am much more dedicated in taking care of my wife than I thought I would ever be.
Nox. Right. Was there a huge change from being single as opposed to being married and now expecting a baby?
Well, I was never good at being single. I was never good at dating.
Who is, right?
But I always knew if I had met a special person for me, that would be a great husband and even better father.
Oh my gosh, I love you. I'm so touched. Oh my god, lucky me. Like, what are your emotions going through the last stretch now, the home stretch of the pregnancy?
I just can't wait to see our little baby girl. Every day I am imagining my little girl. So when I'm driving to work or from work by myself in my car, when I look over to the passenger seat, I imagine a little 5-year-old daughter of mine sitting there. Like, in my imagination, my daughter already grew up to 5 years old.
You're like, let's skip the hard part. Fast forward to age 5. Aw.
Super excited to be a dad.
Are you nervous at all? Scared? Do you have any fears about parenthood?
Well, not for the first little while. I don't think there's anything to be scared of. I mean, changing diapers, how hard can it be? Putting the baby to sleep. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'll cross the bridge when I get there.
Or burn the bridge.
Or burn the bridge when I get there. In the big picture, one thing that I'm afraid of is maybe that I don't do the right things and my daughter turns out to be not the kind of daughter that I want to have. Like hanging out with the bad crowd or dropping out of school, all those bad things. So, I don't want that to happen. I'm hoping that whatever I do from here on out, I'll do the right thing so that my daughter doesn't go down the wrong path.
And she'll be able to make good, informed decisions on her own, hopefully one day. Even if it means decisions that may not fit into your plan or your liking, such as what we did towards our parents.
My parents probably say the exact same thing about us.
Hopefully our son would, make the right choice and live his life the way we want it to be, which is marry a Korean girl.
And for you, your dad would say,
hopefully my daughter
would marry a Muslim man.
Yeah, and live her life the way I intended to be.
Right.
Hopefully we end up becoming better parents in the sense we learn from our parents' shortcomings. I'm sure we'll make mistakes of our own, but hopefully nothing major. Does it matter to you?
But what?
If our little girl decides to marry outside of your race.
What is my race? It's already mixed. Okay. Our baby's already mixed.
She's gonna be half Korean, but you're not actually expecting her to marry Korean. Like, you're just gonna accept and love whoever she decides to marry, right? Okay. Even if it's like an ex-con.
Well, we're gonna have to have a long talk about that.
I mean, of course, you're gonna give the guy a chance. Meet the guy first. Find out what it is about him that your daughter, or her. I mean, if our daughter decides that she wants to be with a woman one day, right? You'll be totally okay with that.
Right.
Okay, so how far along am I? Today is January 3rd. It's a Thursday. So I'm officially 38 weeks and 6 days along. Today's the last day of my 38th week. I can't believe I finished I was able to live out the 38th week without having baby. So, I'll start off with symptoms. Well, you know, it's the same symptoms as always, guys. I'm not having any contractions at week 38. I'm just having slight cramping to my lower right side every once in a while. And, you know, the usual aches and pains of the joints, the hips, my tight fingers, all that stuff. So yeah. So I got my eyelash extensions done. And for these to be put on, I had to go to a studio and lie flat on my back for about 2 hours. So when I was laying flat on my back, I had to tell the lash tech, I'm really sorry, I need to take a break and lay on my side or sit up and try to cough because I was still getting over a cold. I only took 2 breaks. The first break I had to take because my bladder was too full. And then I had to take another break because, oh my gosh, you guys, like, I'm not even kidding. I was flat on my back. I could feel gastric juices sort of floating up my throat and pooling right there as I'm on my back. I knew it must be gastric because it felt acidic. It was burning my throat and I was like, oh God. And I had to excuse myself. I'm really sorry. I really need to cough. So she said, okay. I sat up. I coughed. And I kid you not, with the cough, TMI. People are going to say Sarah and her TMIs. TMI, you guys. Along with the cough came a little bit of vomit. Yeah, gastric. It was really acidic. But then it was so little that I didn't want to spit it out. I swallowed it. People are like, ew. What? It's a pregnancy update. Of course it's going to be TMI. After that experience, I swear to you, the entire day as well as the next day, I could not swallow hot drinks or hot food. It still felt like it was burning. I tried to take Tums or an antacid, but it didn't work. It was still really sore. So I had to stay away from hot drinks, and cold drinks were lifesavers for me that time. My gynae, my doctor basically told me that I can begin expressing colostrum, which is the first sign of breast milk, at 37 weeks. But, you know, 37 weeks, it was like Christmas time, New Year's time. So been really busy with family events and planning and all that stuff. I started expressing colostrum for the very first time at 38 weeks and 1 day, which was on December 29. The reason I also delayed is not just because we got too busy with the whole Christmas and holiday seasons, but I was also freaked out. What if I see milk come out of me? Oh my God, I'm gonna panic. But for the sake of baby girl, I'm like, I gotta do this. Expressing colostrum is actually just a choice. It's not mandatory. It's just that my doctor says that it helps to collect the first few signs of breast milk before it becomes actual milk after the baby comes out, because she says that the colostrum is really nutritious and really full of antibodies that could benefit the child, especially if a baby comes out premature or with problems latching on when it comes to our first time breastfeeding. I was with hubby and we were just chit-chatting in bed, I believe.
And your shirt got wet.
Yes. I started collecting colostrum on my right breast and I was able to only get 0.9 mil. And then I collected on my left breast and got about 0.5 mil. So very little. I had to watch a video, you guys, like more than one video. There's YouTube videos out there you could check out, and there's also one by Stanford University. So yeah, I had to figure out what works for me. You bring the oral syringe directly and make contact directly with your nipple, and then just suck out the colostrum as you express it or as you squeeze the colostrum out. So that's what works for me. The second day I tried it, which was on December 30th, I produced way more. I think I was able to produce 1 mil on one breast and 1.5 mil on the next. So it seems like with practice, I'm able to produce more. But then I had to take a break of 2 days again because then New Year's came around. I had to spend the night at mom's place, party hard with family. When I came back, I tried expressing. It took longer to begin for the colostrum to actually try to come out. So that's when I learned that taking breaks is probably not a good idea and I should try my best to, you know, maintain a routine. So I do it only once a day. The OB's recommendation was 2 to 3 times a day. And even the recommendation says like for 10 to 15 minutes at a time, each breast, and then repeat that session 2 to 3 times a day. But I was only able to do like maybe 45 minutes for one and then an hour and 15 minutes for the other. So something like that. So just do what works for you, I guess, because it's better than nothing. I mean, one of our friends didn't even know. She was like, nobody told me to express colostrum. And she has a 7-month-old already. That's my highlight for week 38. Expressing colostrum. I saw my OB and I told her about the rash that was developing on my bump, but lower end of my bump, my lower tummy. And she took a look and she was like, oh yeah, actually I can see a couple of stretch marks forming. And I'm like, what? So it seems like that rash it's actually a sign of stretch marks beginning to form. And she said she could actually see it, especially if you pull the skin together, you could see tiger marks. I'm like, oh no. So yeah, she only spotted a couple, but I could swear I saw like 5 at least. They don't look like stretch marks right now. Right now they just look like little bumps that are forming into, like, if you connect the dots. Hi baby girl. If you connect the dots, it becomes a stretch mark. So I'm like, oh no. I have proof and like a lifetime evidence on my skin that I did carry baby girl. So yeah, that's a good sign of evidence that I have baby girl. I watched a ton of YouTube videos that said shea butter would really help to fade the stretch marks with time. So I'm starting to apply it religiously. I had to learn the hard way, you guys, right? I was so stubborn. I'm so stubborn. One thing I learned though was that if you microwave the shea butter, I'm talking pure shea butter that he had bought online on Amazon. It says it's a product of Ghana. So it's 100% shea butter. If you microwave that for 30 seconds, the consistency becomes nice and creamy. So much easier than the pure original form, which is like solid and gunky and just impossible to melt onto your skin. So yeah, it helped a lot now that it's creamy. But it seems to have stayed that way only for a day. And then it's back to a little bit gunkier. You guys can give it a shot if you feel like you have shea butter and you're having a hard time spreading it. Yesterday, January 2nd, I had gone to my OB to discuss a membrane sweep. She actually suggested that once you're about this far along in your pregnancy, which is 38 weeks for me, she said that they offer a membrane sweep, which is where she would insert a gloved finger into your vagina and try her best to reach your cervix. And then she will do a sweep with her finger along the rim of your cervix to try to detach the amniotic sac from the cervix. That's what they call a membrane sweep. She was asking whether I was interested. I was like, yes, please. It's supposed to help jumpstart things when it comes to inducing labor. But she said it's not a guarantee. So either baby will come out yesterday or within 72 hours from yesterday. And yeah, in case you're wondering whether she came out or not, tune in to the end. Just kidding. She's not out yet. Okay, she's not out. See? Still in there. Look how big it took up the whole screen. You can't even see Justin anymore. Boom. So, yeah. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that said that it was painful and that it was worse than menstrual cramps. And for me, I get terrible menstrual cramps, especially the very first day. So I was like, oh my God. But my sister was like, I don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't hurt at all. It honestly just feels a bit uncomfortable, but didn't hurt. So then I tried it. From my experience, did not hurt at all. Like the whole pap smear or pap test hurt more than this did because there was no speculum involved. It was literally 2 gloved fingers of my OB, and then she did a sweep. All you feel is that fingers entering you, and then that's pretty much it. I mean, I could see that she's making the sweeping motion, but you can't actually feel that. So, for me, anyway, okay, personally, So yeah, I'm so happy. That's all what there was to it, because she said if this didn't work to help start things along in the next 72 hours, then she could always do it for me again the following week. The doctor showed me her gloved finger, and she had some, okay, TMI, you guys, she had a little bit of blood on her finger. So she's like, looks like you have a bit of a bloody show, which is great. Hope that means I did my job right. And she said that she was able to feel the rim or do a proper sweep along the rim of the cervix. So she's pretty confident that she did it well. It's just that she said no guarantees. As soon as she did that, I had a bit of a mucousy, blood-tinged discharge. But then that went away for a few hours, and then I noticed it started to bleed. So I was getting dark brown to dark red, like really old blood, bleeding down there. But just to be on the safe side, I put a pad on. It wasn't enough to fill an entire pad. I was literally able to wear like an entire pad the rest of the day, because we still went out to celebrate Mom's birthday, because her birthday was yesterday, January 2nd. So yeah, we went out to a restaurant, everything's fine. I only felt like slightly more cramping to my lower right side, but no contractions whatsoever. Even the discharge was not as much. It's like only when you wipe, or that was a symptom from membrane sweep. However, the fundic height, the top of my uterus to the bottom of my uterus that is encasing baby, the doctor was a little bit concerned, because she said that it seems to be measuring smaller than the week before. But that's because there was a different doctor that examined me the week prior to this week. So she said, and just to make sure that baby is in the right weight, because I think I'm supposed to measure 36 and a half to 38 centimeters this week, but I'm only measuring 35 centimeters. So she was like, yeah, that's my baby bump, by the way, that I'm talking about. So she said that she's gonna schedule me for an ultrasound, which they did. They scheduled me for an ultrasound the very next day, which is today. And just to make sure that baby has grown sufficiently, and that she is not suffering from stunted growth, and also to make sure that I have enough amniotic fluid to get me through and get me and baby through the next few weeks until her due date. So I guess next week until her due date. So yeah, I asked Justin here if he wanted to join me to the ultrasound, and he said
Yes.
so he took the day off, or the morning off at least. We went in.
We took ultrasound of the baby, and she seems to be in normal size, even though it was showing slightly smaller in the circumference of her cranium, but showing longer than average length of her legs.
Her femur,
Yeah.
her thigh bone. So yeah, and they even commented on that. They're like, yeah, she has long legs. I'm like, what?
And but small head.
No. Well, the head looked smaller because they said her head was really far down into my pelvic bone, so it's kind of hard to tell. My amniotic fluid is low. Well, she said it's within the normal range, but on the lower side. So yeah, she was asking me whether I experienced any leaks or gushes of fluid. And I'm like, no. It's hard to tell because, throughout my pregnancy, I get normal discharge, which is clear to whitish to light yellow. So I told her it was really hard to tell, but I didn't feel like I was gushing or leaking fluid. So I asked her, is there anything I could do at this point? Like, should I be drinking more water or whatnot? And she was like, no, it's okay. Like, it's up to you. If you feel like drinking water, you get thirsty, then go ahead and drink. But she's saying at this point she's not concerned because she feels like this late in the pregnancy, that's just expected, that you would lose a little bit of amniotic fluid because baby's trying to make her way out anyway. How did you feel, honey, being in the ultrasound and all?
I was so sleepy.
Why?
Oh, just didn't get enough sleep last night, I guess. But then the baby's head looks normal shape. It's not elongated like an alien head. Well, in the previous ultrasound, I found that the baby's head is really long this way and really narrow this way.
That's what he thought he saw.
But today it looked more normal head shape.
Like oval?
Yeah, it's slightly oval, but not too exaggerated oval. But the weird thing is her left side of her face looks dented in. Her right side of the face looks perfectly round, but left side looks like it's punched in.
Which I think he says is the side that is facing my belly button. I told him that last night I kind of accidentally poked my belly button area against the edge of the restaurant table, and it hurt a little bit. So I said, I probably caused permanent damage to her face now, you guys. Whoopsies.
But don't worry. At this point, the baby's head is so malleable. It's really soft, but it's gonna grow out of it eventually. It's gonna fill up all those dents.
And she'll come out nice and lovely cone head. Yes, she will. At least she'll come out with a party hat. Party over here. And that's why we keep baby bonnets. Does Justin think the baby's coming out this week?
I think baby's gonna be overdue.
So when's her due date again?
The baby's due date is January 11th, but my prediction is January 15th.
My prediction is she will come before her due date. That's just my prediction.
That's the end of the pregnancy update.
And now we move on to the exciting segment of our video, which is
Shoutouts.
Yahoo! And opening gifts and postcards.
The first one that we got is from
Emma or Faith Mayo.
From Colorado.
USA. Hi, Emma or Faith.
This is off of our Amazon baby registry. She wrote a little note along with it. She said, "You don't know this, but I've adopted both of you in my heart and look forward to the birth of your blessing. I pray these 4 small gifts help. Thank you for being you." From Faith Mayo, Colorado, USA.
Thank you so much, Faith. Or Emma. Thank you. That's such a touching note, my goodness. It made my heart melt. But yeah, what'd she get us?
She got us a little plush blanket.
A pink plush blanket from our baby registry. So thank you.
A brush.
Oh, like a comb and a brush set.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm excited to use that. Hopefully she has a full head of hair, hey?
2 sets of
Soothers or pacifiers.
pacifiers.
Yes. From 0 to 3 and 6 to what?
Yeah, one is 0 to 6, other is 6 to 18.
Months.
Yeah, months.
Thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you, Emma or Faith.
Or Faith.
Second package we got is from
Amazon as well.
This is from Denita Montgomery.
Enjoy your gift from Denita Montgomery, subscriber. Yes. Thank you, Denita. Is there another one?
It's from Grand Prairie, Texas.
Okay, guys. So actually, we received 2 sets of gifts from Denita.
From Grand Prairie, Texas.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
She got us
Breast milk storage bags. And there are about 50 bags in that one box. So thank you, Denita.
She also got us
A silicone breast pump. Ooh, like a manual.
It's a milk saver as well. What this does is if baby is actually latching onto one breast, the other breast will naturally leak. So you put this over on your other breast so that you don't waste the milk that's coming out of the other breast.
Awesome. Thank you, Denita. That's so nice. Oh, there's more.
She wrote a note here. It says,
For the second gift.
"Enjoy your gift from Denita Montgomery, subscriber. God's wonderful blessings to you and your baby girl."
Aww. From Grand Prairie, Texas. Thank you. That's so
And
sweet.
she got us Simple Joy's Carter's bodysuits.
Oh,
It says,
so cute. I love the colors.
"I'll always love you." And there's a picture of an owl there.
Owl, always love you. I love it.
Second one looks like this.
It's got a pair of owls, like mama owl and baby owl. Oh my goodness, it's too precious.
And this one,
Ooh,
with the flowers.
pink flowers.
Says adorable with turtle.
Oh, adorable turtle. Oh my goodness, I love the print on these. Oh my goodness. Oh, so cute. That's a lot of onesies.
That is a lot of onesies.
Thank you, Denita. What's this say?
Mommy is wild about me.
Aww. I love it.
So thank you, Danita.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. So in case you guys are wondering why it is that I'm not opening the gifts myself, okay, my sweet husband here is doing me a big favor because remember I mentioned that my fingers are swollen and I'm having like beginning signs of carpal tunnel and pain to my wrists. I still have those. So yeah, he's been pretty awesome at being hands-on when it comes to doing things for me at home or even just opening gifts. He has helped me so much. So thanks you guys for, being concerned about how come Sarah doesn't open gifts. But yeah, he's actually doing me a big favor. So thank you, hubby.
You're welcome, wifey.
Oh,
Next one is from Jean L. Engel.
Engel? Oh, it says Jean and Jay. From Jean and Jay.
Oh, okay.
We hope we pronounced your last name right.
It says, Justin and Sarah, I have been following you on the YouTube for over a year. We are so happy and excited over the birth of your sweet baby. Congratulations and continued blessings. From Jean and Jay.
Aw, thank you, Jean and Jay. That's so
Jean?
sweet. I'm gonna go with Jean.
She got us little
Like
comb
combs for the bath.
that you put it over your finger. You
Oh,
put it over your finger like this and then you comb.
I think it's like a comb and massager for the head. So that is so cute. Thank you, you guys. Oh, and she got us a blanket.
This is a special blankie. It's a fleece blankie,
Oh, it's so soft.
but it has the numbers 1 through 12 written on it
Oh my goodness.
and little rectangular cutout that you put over the number, and then you put the baby on the blanket, put the number of months the baby is at right now, and then take picture.
That is
That is
awesome.
cute.
Thank you so much, Jean and Jay.
Jay. Next, we received an Amazon gift card
Oh.
from
A gift note from Demerle. Wishing you a safe delivery and a lifetime of happiness and love. Smiley face. From D, your YouTube fan. Aw, thank you, D. You guys are so sweet, my goodness.
There is a birthday,
Oh my god. I didn't know that.
a birthday card with the
Aw.
Amazon gift card in it.
That is so sweet. Thank you, D.
Maybe she saw the video. You said your birthday was in December.
Could be, or it could be that she's welcoming baby, so saying happy birthday, baby.
Or is this for baby or
Could be.
for you?
Either way, it's for all of us. So thank you so much, Dee. That's so sweet.
Thank you, Dee.
Aw.
We have a postcard from
Like
Vicky Wooding
There you go.
from San Antonio, Texas.
Whee!
She sent us this lovely postcard.
Yup, yup. Yup, yup. And what'd she say?
It says, wishing you a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year. Love, Vicky and family. YouTube subscriber.
Thank you, Vicky and family. Family. That's so precious. Thank you so much. Oh, we love you guys.
Thank you, Vicky and family.
Yeah. You guys really didn't have to make the effort to send us anything. Like just seeing our view count and having personal messages posted on our comments section on YouTube as well as on our Instagram account. Those were more than enough, really. So we thank you so much for all the love and support you guys continue to show us and continue to share with us, especially all your inspirational words of love and wisdom. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Gonna make me cry, but yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you everyone for watching the video and sending us special cards and gifts.
Yes, we love you all.
Alright, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share. And thanks for watching. Bye y'all.
See you next week. Not sure whether a baby will be will be there, or will it be just us again? Dun dun dun. You can post your guesses in the comment section below as well as to when you think baby will arrive. If she does happen to arrive before our 39th week pregnancy update, feel free to follow us on Instagram because that's where we plan on posting our announcement of her arrival. Love you! Bye!